Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So, in the last episode I got to work on a path over that rise and then behind the wall, which is in between episodes. I've also been gathering stuff from piglins. I got another dried ghast and a bit of gravel, but probably not enough to quite yet do more work on the path. So what I'm planning to instead do is a little bit of fixing the places that I can't put the path over. Yeah, about here it kind of gets a little too narrow to really make the path go over it, so I'd kind of just like to possibly take out a bit of this about that wide or so, and make that go up into a rise as well. So yeah, I'd like to get started on that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I decided to do both this bit of landscaping and then also extend the path because I had some time to do so. So I used up all of my gravel that I'd gotten in between episodes on this small section of path that was all of my gravel, so I'm going to need a lot more gravel, and that probably means a lot more gold. Alright, so I'm back, and well, I almost got them connected, not quite, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying, but at least it goes over basically all of the changed terrain, which is very good. And then we can kind of follow this all the way along the plains, and then unfortunately we hit another forest. So I think it might be worthwhile to begin clearing out some of this forest. Though I might actually also want to fix up some of this. No, I think I can probably go around here and then just remove this weird spike. Anyway, I want to... At some point I might want to get rid of these holes, but I probably think I'd first like to get started, even if I probably won't get through this forest because that carries me all the way to the other village, well, in varying levels of forest. So I think that I would like to get started clearing a bit of this forest, and then I will be right back. Right, so although I started out in the forest, I think that the birch forest was probably easier to cut through because because the trees are varying height, so the leaves didn't tend to stick to other leaves and that kind of thing, which was very useful. Alright, so I am back, and well, over in the forest I have carved out a bit of a, well, what will become a road, but is kind of mostly just clearing right now. However, what I was noticing is it takes me like quarter of a day to get there and quarter of a day to get back. So I'd kind of like to try and find a fast horse. I have a horse in the other the other two villages, but not only is it difficult to get it over here, it's also not actually very fast. So I'd kind of like to try and see if I can find another horse. Because... yeah, and I also threw out a bunch of blackstone and soul sand that I keep walking into. I think you can craft saddles now, possibly. Who knows? Yes, you can. Right, let's get a saddle. And right. So now it's time to test out all of the horses in my stables. Okay, I think skeleton horses always have the same mediumly fast, but I think it might be slightly faster than my other horse. But let's also try a real horse, because they might be faster. And I of course have other horses as well. Yay! Okay, very high jump, not very fast. Well, it's useful to know, at least I have one with high jump. What about you? I'm not sure if the speed that they move here is at all relevant to how fast they go, but it might be. Okay, also not very fast. Also fairly decent jump though. However, I don't want to jump. Let's try some of the horses out here. I feel like that horse will be very slow. Possibly also this one? Who knows? I don't actually know if that idea that I have is very correct. Okay, I might be wrong about that, because I think this horse was moving very slowly and is decently fast. Okay, this one is fairly fast, but still not very. Well, I'm not actually sure, to be honest. Okay, yeah, this is a much faster horse. Yeah, I think the best horse I have found so far is this white horse. With white spots, which is interesting. Though possibly not quite as good a jump. Right. Well, it's still a good horse, so I might just give it a go. Right. So I might actually just test it by going out to there and seeing how long it takes. Right. Well, I'm kind of here. So, and it might have taken a bit less long, but I'm not actually sure it's that much. It's not very observable. But I'll guess I'll just get back to chopping down these trees again, and then I will be right back after I've done a small amount more of this. Alright, so, well, I think that the horse improved things a bit, but I still feel like I need a bed nearby here, so at some point I might consider making the village along this way into a place for me. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, this is the beginnings of the path, well, of where the path will run, and it goes all the way through to just into the dark forest, I think? Yeah, dark forest. And I probably want to pick up all of the stuff that the decaying leaves are dropping. It gets kind of annoying with it in here because all of the leaves kind of attach to each other, so it's kind of hard to remove a given set of trees. But yeah, I need to go through this. It's not actually too long, so hopefully I'll be able to do it fairly quickly, but might take a little while. Anyway, that's probably gonna wrap up this episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, goodbye.